Hello, this is Atsu, and today I'm going to start renovating my house because this is not a cooking channel, this is a renovation channel. But maybe I'll still do some cooking videos or other activities when I have time. And while doing this renovation, since I'm a Japanese teacher, I'll also talk about the Japanese language and sometimes the news in Japan. This is osiire, which is a storage space for futons. If you go above the osiire, you can see the tenjora, which is the ceiling space. Since this is very old house, there's no insulation, so it's get very cold in winter and summer it's very hot. You can see that all the wood here is still in good condition. When I bought this house, I checked this tenjora very carefully to see if the wood was rotten because this is very important. This is tsuchikabe, a traditional mud wall. A lot of old houses in Japan are made with wood and mud walls. The renovation plan is already in my head. I'm going to remove this osiire to create more space. I'm also going to knock down this area to remove that space and make the room bigger. The entire house was actually renovated before, so I'm really interested to see what's inside these walls. So let's go. Since I'm going to demolish the osiire, I'd like to explain what an osiire is and how the wall is constructed. An osiire is inside the door on the left side of the room, and it's used as a storage space for futons. The word osiire comes from two verbs, which is osu, meaning to push, and ireru, meaning to put in or insert. This makes perfect sense because futons are big and the entrance is small, so you literally push them in. That's why this storage space is called osiire. As a Japanese teacher, I don't usually teach kanji at the very beginning because it can be overwhelming and discouraging for beginners. However, kanji is actually essential. Once you start noticing it, even just a little, it becomes much easier to understand how Japanese works. Just noticing is already enough. Now let's focus on the kanji osu. Osu means to push. How do you push something? You push it with your hand, right? The left side of this kanji is called the tehen, hand radical. It comes from the kanji te, which means hand. Many kanjis that have the hand radical are related to actions done with your hand. For example, nageru, to throw, fuku, to wipe, motsu, to hold, hirou, to pick up, egaku, to draw, utsu, to hit. Those are only a fraction of it. There are actually many more. Whenever I teach a new word, I also teach its opposite. So this time, let's look at the opposite of osu. Osu means to push, right? The opposite of push is pull, which in Japanese is hiku. And you pull something with your hand, right? So the kanji for hiku looks like this. I'm sorry there's no hand radical. Japanese language is always messing with you.
ジャパチョメ
Actually, the kanji hiku comes from a bow. The left side is called the yumihen, and yumi means bow. When you use a bow, you pull it, right? That's where the meaning of hiku, to pull, comes from. So the kanji visually shows the action of pulling a bow. That's how it was constructed. By the way, I found this picture on the internet. I think the person who wrote this sign intended to write push, but it ended up saying pusu. Maybe they misunderstand the spelling, or maybe they mixed up with the Japanese word osu. This is actually a funny example of what we sometimes called Janglish, when English is used in Japan but sounds slightly unnatural or contains small mistakes. Yes, we are bad at English. Thank you so much for watching this video at this part. I truly appreciate your support. If you are learning Japanese, I hope this video helped you understand why kanji is so important. Kanji may seem difficult at first, but it actually makes Japanese richer and more meaningful. Each character carries history, culture, and layers of meaning, which makes the language deep and fascinating to learn. Japanese might feel challenging, but that challenge is also what makes it rewarding. As you continue studying, you'll start to see patterns and connections, and everything will gradually make more sense. I'll continue making videos like this, so if you'd like to see more content about Japanese language and culture, please consider subscribing. It would really mean a lot to me. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.